Well, hey everybody. Look at us. We're live. We did it. We made it. We are live and we are here for the Illustrator Daily Creative Challenge. My name is Andrew Hockrattle and lots of friends in chat. Our moderator Wade is here as well as Shalish, Emagia, Hazma, Viola, Stephanie, Vincent, Laura. You guys are giving me a run for my money on some of those names. Great job. I'm so excited to see you here. We've made it. We're live. Let me know where in the world you are watching from. I'm in Southern California, where we are having winds and fires, and the power's on and off. So we're gonna make it through the stream. Everyone, knock on wood, fingers crossed. Let's go ahead and hop into our lesson today. I want to tell you about a couple ways that you can get involved. You know what? I completely forgot. Yesterday was our intro, and we missed it. So hi, my name is Andrew Hockrattle. I'm your host and guide. Let's see, your spirit to another world. For this week, we will be going through Illustrator Daily Creative Challenges every single day, learning something new, but we like to do it in the lens of something fun. So we have a theme that we'll get into in just a second, but before we get there, I want to show you how you can get involved. Now, the best way to get involved is to go right here, bit.ly/AI Discord. That's the place to be where all the cool kids are hanging out, and that is where all of your work for these daily creative challenges will go. You can go ahead and put them there. I'll flip over here and you can see here there's a lot of people posting in Discord some projects from the past. Now I want to see your projects, the things that you create. If you missed it, the intro video is up from last night, but today we're moving on, we're doing a new challenge, and I can't wait to see your work here. I'll be going live on my personal Behance, which you can find right here on Behance, and I will be doing some reviews pretty much each night for you to get involved and for me to give you some feedback on the challenges. Now, we're going to hop right in. As I said, I love to do themes for these, and we actually have a theme this week and a theme next week. Now I'm going to show you where you can get involved and get all of our download files and a couple more announcements. But first, I think that we need to get a little bit spooky. So here's what I want you to do. I need everybody to think of a chant of an incantation, have some kind of good thought, and then put that in chat. It can be a poem, it can be maybe a call to the spirits beyond. So put that in chat, and we're going to get started on our first set of Illustrator Daily Creative Challenges. Spirits of Illustrator and people beyond, bring us knowledge from the spirit realm. Let us learn and grow in our knowledge of Adobe Illustrator. Now, call upon a ghost guide for these challenges. Ooh. Hey, everybody. This is my favorite thing we've ever done. Hey everybody, what's up? I am your host and ghost guide, of course. So we are going to be hanging out over this next week, and I will be giving you information through a spooky lens. The first week, we are going to be doing all kinds of things in Adobe Illustrator, like spooky jack-o'-lanterns. We're going to be making some ghosts and even some costumes. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and flip over and I'll tell you how you can get involved and get everything that you need for this week. So let's flip over here and I'll be floating in our crystal ball for the entire week. What's happening? Yeah, it's getting weird. So over here is where you can get involved. That is behance.net/challenge/illustrator, the place to be where you can get all of the source files. Right here, we are doing jack-o'-lanterns today, so you can get that source file, download it. You do need it today because we will be hanging out and creating with this file. So go ahead and go here, download it. Wade's going to drop that link for you. What I want to tell you about is if you post your projects on Discord using hashtag AI Challenge, you can be featured here in the Creative Challenges gallery. So once we're done, post everything on Behance and hashtag AI Daily Challenge, and we can have an option to feature you, which is going to be really fun. And yes, yes, Jack, I will be in the crystal ball the entire time. The last thing that I want to tell you about before we get started here is the Adobe Creative Residency Fund. And this is a great opportunity. The last opportunity is coming up November 1st, so just a couple more days to get those applications in. You can go there, check it out, and get the information, get applied. It's just a few days left. It's an awesome experience, so go do that. And yes, goblins and ghoulies from last almost Halloween. Awaken your spirits with this tambourine. Great. I love Haunted Mansion, Shauna. So we're getting a little bit of that here. I was inspired by Madame Leota, absolutely. So let's go ahead and hop over into Illustrator and get started with our lesson for today. So today we will be making a jack-o'-lantern. And of course, life's no good without a good scare. Let me know what that's from in chat if you know what that quote is. And today we will be designing our own jack-o'-lantern using shape tools and glow effects. Now to start out, I'm actually going to start with the eyes and the mouth and the pieces that I want to glow. In Illustrator, we work with simple shapes all of the time. So we're going to come over here and I'll show you a couple ways to make a triangle, right? We want to do those kind of cut out triangle eyes that we have on jack-o'-lanterns. And yes, MacMatt, it is from Nightmare Before Christmas. So the first that we can do is we are going to come over here and I'm going to show you how to make that triangle. We're going to go to the star tool and we're going to click. If you think about it, a triangle is really just a star with only 3 points. So we're going to hit 3 in the amount of points here and hit OK. Now we're going to flip it using the rotate tool and we have a triangle. Great, love it. Another way to do that is to come over here and select the polygon tool. Now a polygon tool, again, I know, hands, yes, they're floating hands. Another way to do it is to select the polygon tool, and a triangle is just a polygon with 3 sides. So we're going to hit OK, and now we have a polygon with 3 sides, which is a triangle. Now the difference between these two is the star will actually have extra anchor points. I don't like to use it that way, but it's an option. Again, there's no wrong way to do things here in Illustrator, just different ways. So we're going to use this, and what we're going to do is I want to start adding some effects to make it look like it's glowing. That's something that we always see, right, in those jack-o'-lanterns, that they're glowing. It's on a dark background, so we really want to make it glow. So what we can do is, with this selected, we're going to set the inside color. Thinking of the back of the pumpkin, so it's going to be a little bit of a lighter kind of orange. From there, we are going to make this glow, and we will be doing another shape, but I really want to make it glow. So we're going to go to Effect, and we're going to go to Stylize, there it is, and click on Outer Glow. Now what Outer Glow does is it makes it so that it looks like it is glow. Are all sides even? Yes, all sides are even, absolutely. So it's going to make it glow around the outside. Now there's a whole bunch of options that we can do here, and that is change the color up here. So we're going to change this color to a nice little yellow, so it really has that nice glow. And then we can change the opacity. Maybe we want it to look a little bit less, so we can take it down to 80. For this, I want it to be completely bright, so we'll take it to 100. And then the blur, we can push up, and a blur is going to basically show how far it goes out and in. So we'll hit OK here. And we zoom out, and now you can see we have this nice little glow on the outside. Ooh, spooky. Now, there's something that I want to see in here, and that is when we cut it out, right, there's usually a little bit of perspective. So I'm going to make a copy of this shape by hitting Command-C, or right-click. We can even go right-click and, Edit and Copy. And from there, I'm going to hit Control Command V, or we can go to Edit and Paste in Place. What that does is just going to make a copy. And you can see that it changed that glow because the glow is blurred out and it is kind of opaque. When it pushes through, it will actually make another version of that, and that glow kind of multiplies down. Now, we don't want that glow on there, so what we can do is come over here to our appearance panel that's floating right over here, and we can turn off that outer glow. Oops, let's have the shape selected. There we go. So you can turn off that outer glow, and I'm actually going to shrink this down. Actually, let's blow it up a little bit. There we go, and get some perspective. And this will be kind of that cutout of the pumpkin. So we're going to do a little bit of a darker orange. And there we go. Now you can see that it has that cutout, so we have a little bit of dimension, and you can see the background that's happening, that the light is kind of glowing through those shapes. So you can see that as they interact, and if we want to, we can come in here, we can go over to our appearance panel again, and we can actually augment this outer glow. Maybe we want it to be hard light. It's going to augment just a little bit differently. Or overlay, it's going to get rid of all the darkness and just affect the inside. So we want it to glow pretty good, so we're going to do hard light, and I'll hit OK. Now there's a couple little things that we want to do here as well. I want to have some kind of dimension so that it looks like this is cut out. So we can come here and instead of doing an outer glow, we're going to create a shadow on the inside. And creating that shadow on the inside, hello RB, welcome, you made it. Instead of creating a kind of shadow on the inside, we're just going to use Effect, Stylize, and Inner Glow. Now, if you think about it, an inner glow is really just a shadow on the inside. Now, there is a mistake that has happened, and I thought this was going to happen, so I wanted to show you because this is very common to happen. We are basically going to do this inner glow, which is going to be our shadow, but we see that it's right all the way out here. So I'll make it pink so that you guys can see it. So see that this is an issue. Now what happened here is we have it stacked in the wrong order. And I did this not intentionally, but I thought it was going to happen because you guys are probably going to run into this. I have them stacked in the wrong order. So what we can do is I'll hit OK, and we can see that it's actually applying the inner glow to the outer glow, if that makes sense, right? So the outer glow is here, and then the inner glow is happening on the edge of that outer glow. So what we're going to do over here in our appearance panel is we are going to click and pull it down. We want it underneath. So if we have the inner glow on top and then the outer glow, it's going to apply that inner glow to the shape instead of the outer glow. So now we can come back into our inner glow and change this to maybe a dark brown. And you can see there that we have some nice kind of glow in there to create some dimension. I'll take this down to probably 40%. There we go. And now we have some great dimension there and a nice glow kind of coming out the outside. And yes, the magician, I'm seeing your future and you are learning. So in here, we want to keep going here. And I actually want to select this back object. You'll notice that if you try to select the back object, it's just going to select the front one because it also is selecting that outer glow. So what you can do is see how my cursor right now is just black. If I hold Control, it turns white. And if I click, it's going to get a little arrow, right? See that little carrot? What we can do is click through and it will actually select the shape behind it. What it's doing is it's going down each layer. So here I have the top one selected, I hold Control, I click, and it will keep selecting backwards through the layers. And now here I actually want to put an outer glow on this other shape on the outside just to show that it is glowing. So we're going to go to Effect, we are going to go to Stylize, and again, Outer Glow. So here we're going to do a little bit of a lighter kind of white, and we're going to change that to normal. So you can see that it's starting to interact, but we really want it to have a little less interaction. So I'm going to change it to, let's go to soft light. Let's do that. And that's just going to warm it up a bit. So we'll see if we delete. Okay, so we have this yellow, but if we bring it back, it's turned it a little bit orange, giving it a little bit more of that glow, which is what we want. And I just remember today's a very special day. It is our friend Kathleen's birthday. So happy birthday, Kathleen. She has done the Photoshop challenges for you and is one of our moderators and one of our mentors. So happy birthday, Kathleen. Hopefully you're watching this and hopefully you're having a great day. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are just going to grab this and I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to pull it over here, and what I'm doing is I grouped it and I'm clicking and holding Shift and Alt or Option, and that's bringing it over. Now we have two glowing eyes, ooh, sitting in the night. So let's go ahead and scale these down a little bit. And from there, we want to create a sinister mouth, right? One of those kind of smiling, maybe teethy mouths. So what we can do is, let's do, if we think about it, it's all about simple shapes. So let's go ahead and think that a mouth, right, is really half of a circle with some triangles in it, right? So let's go ahead and grab a circle. And from there, we're going to use a rectangle and just drag it over. Now we have these two shapes, and what I want to do is take the top shape and punch it out of the bottom shape. So with these simple shapes selected, we can come over to our Pathfinder, right over here, also in Window Pathfinder, and we're going to click on this back one, and this is going to subtract. It's going to take the top one, and it is going to punch it out. So now we have this nice little smile. It's a little too much for me, so we're going to bring it down. There we go. We'll actually bring it in a little bit so it's the same width. There we go. So now we have this nice little smile, and we want to add some teeth. And yes, we could shake up this ball, and I could be like a snow globe, which is what I wanted to do, but I don't have any more challenges until the end of the year. So this is our last time together this year, so let's make the most of it. So next, again, I'm just thinking with simple shapes. I want there to be teeth, and so we're going to make some more rectangles. Again, I just used the polygon tool, and I'm going to scale these up and put them over here. Now, I'm going to make them a different color just so I can see what I'm doing, but I want some kind of spooky fangs. So we are going to click and drag, again, holding Shift and Alt. And thank you, Jacob. I love this orb. It's been a good home to me. I'm holding Shift and Alt or Option, and it has moved a copy of that tooth. So I'm going to hit Control D, and what I'm really doing is hitting Object, Transform, Transform again. It's basically saying, hey, Illustrator, whatever we just did, do it one more time. So I'm going to hit Control D one more time, and there we go. Now we've made all 4 of these. I'm just going to group them by selecting them all, going to right-click and hitting Group, and then grab the mouth under here. I'm going to click to select the mouth as the key object. You can see it gets that thick line around it, and use our alignment panel to align to that key object. So now I have those creepy teeth, and let's make a copy of those by selecting this, by hitting R, which is rotate, and then clicking and dragging. Now you can see it's dragging and rotating freely. If I hold Alt, it's going to give us that thing that makes a copy, and if I hold Shift, it is going to rotate it at perfect 45-degree angles. So I want that. I'm also going to shift it over a little bit so that we can get some good chompers on there. There we go. So now we have our teeth, and I want these teeth, we don't actually need this one out here. There we go. I want to punch these teeth out of this bottom shape because I want there to be a glow. So what we can do is we are going to select the top teeth and the bottom teeth. And to punch them out, we need them all to be one shape. So we'll right click. Actually, let's do this. We'll go to Object, Compound Path, and Make. Control 8 is the hotkey for that. That's what I usually use, so I didn't know where it was. So we're going to select these 2. And again, using the Pathfinder, we're just going to punch it out. There we go, and now we've got a spooky teeth, which is really great and fun. So what we can do is we can actually grab all the styling from this top shape right here, because we're going to do the same thing, and incorporate it into this bottom shape using graphic styles. So check this out. We can come over here and we'll grab our graphic styles, and with this object selected, we're just going to hit the plus. Then we're going to click through, grab the back one. Again, I'm holding Control to click through those layers. And we're going to make another graphic style. So now when I select this in our graphic styles panel, I can just click and we'll apply all those effects that we had to the new one. So here, to make the offset, I'm going to go to Object, Path, Offset Path. It's going to give us that little cutout, which is what we want right there for the mouth. And with this other shape selected, all we have to do is select our other shape, or either the graphic style, and now we have perfect cut out, nice little pumpkin. Now we can put a candle in there if we want, but I'm not really feeling candle right now. Now we need to make the actual pumpkin, and pumpkins are a complex shape, but check this out. Really, all that a pumpkin is a bunch of ovals. So I'm going to start in the middle here and make a nice little oval, align it to the center. And from here, I'm going to kind of play around with what it looks like to have some of those creases. So we were going to add a stroke, and that stroke's going to be a little bit of a darker orange. So we'll do kind of a brownish. We're going to put that stroke up a little bit. There we go, to about 10. And from there, now I'm thinking about how the pumpkin looks, right? The pumpkin's little sections that really look like ovals. So all that I'll do is I'm going to grab one of these and pull it to either side. From here, I'm going to select those 2 and align it to the center and bring this to the front, right? Kind of see where I'm going. So from here, I'm going to do just one more, and this will give us a little bit more of the pumpkin. Again, grab those and align them to this key object right here in the center, and then we're going to send them backward. So there we go. Now we've got a little bit of a pumpkin, and I'm going to add in a couple more here in the background. This is going to give us some dimension, and I'll kind of just keep them going here. And again, you don't have to be precise about this. You can really, pumpkins are weird and like wobbly and wonky. So we can simply grab all of these, which will be in the background, and push them back. I'm just hitting right click, transform, or arrange, and send back. I'm using the hotkey for that though. So we're going to select all of our pumpkin right here. Looks like we got some of those pieces in the back. So I'll select our pumpkin right there. And we have our whole pumpkin. And now I'm going to use Control bracket or right click and go to Arrange. And we're going to send it backward. So there we go. We've got our little pumpkin and it's missing one little piece. And that piece is the little topper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into this group and I'm simply going to use the pen tool to click and drag out one of those little toppers right here. And then maybe it comes down this way. So we're going to fill it with just that brown color that we have. And then play around with where it fits in these different pieces. So there we go. Let's put it right there. Sure. So now we have the little top of our pumpkin looking cute. Let's pull it out just a little bit. There we go. Looking pretty cute. And the next thing that I want to do is, even though we have these glows, right, it's not really looking right to me. It doesn't look like it's glowing because this pumpkin is so bright. So I'm going to select this pumpkin and actually change the blend mode. And this is going to change how the pumpkin is interacting with that dark background. So if I change the blend mode to something like soft light, it's going to fade into the background. And now our face can really glow and kind of glow off of that background. So now you can see it's got that nice glow. It's interacting. Maybe we want it to be even something like multiply, to where it's going to take it very dark into the darkness and create this creepy glowing face. And you can still see the pumpkin in there a little bit in the background, but because it's multiply, it's interacting with the background to darken it up a little bit. Now, if we ever want to, we can simply come in here and direct select these shapes, and maybe it needs to be a little bit more orange. It was a little off on those colors. So maybe it needs to be a little bit more orange in there. And we can simply use the A, which is direct selection tool, to grab these eyes and then use the eyedropper to fill in that color. And there we go. Looks a little bit more like a pumpkin. So what I want you to do is I want you to create your magical glowing jack-o'-lanterns. You can do spooky eyes. You can do fun eyes. You can do a mouth. You can add in a little nose if you want. Do whatever you want with these and create something using those glows, and then try to make it so that it looks like it is glowing in the darkness. Extra spooky. Yes, sprinkle some spook on top there. So from there, I want you to go here, bit.ly, my head's floating now, bit.ly, this is my green shirt, bit.ly/AI Discord. That's the place to be, and that is where you'll be posting your jack-o'-lantern once you are done. It will look like this. If you're unfamiliar, you can post your jack-o'-lantern right there, and we'll be looking at those tonight on my personal live stream, giving you some feedback and some thoughts. I want them to be extra fun, extra spooky, and really whatever you want them to be. So again, one more time, you can get all of the assets that you need over here at behance.net/challenge/Illustrator. So right here, we have our jack-o'-lantern file. That is going to give you this file that we worked on today. And I just have glowing as is, not outer ash. Is that the same? That's a different filter. So it looks like you're going to effect, and you're probably going to, I believe, sketch. And then you have, maybe you're going to stylize. There we go, down here in the Photoshop effects. So what we want to do is we want to use the one up here. So stylize is actually in the Illustrator effects, and that will keep it on the vectors. So there are two different effects. I should have clarified that. You can go to stylize up here in the Illustrator effects, and from there you can do your inner glows and your outer glows. And remember, if you're having an issue, the problem is probably that you have switched your inner and outer glow. So you can go to your appearance panel and just click and drag these. So if it looks like this and you have this weirdness around the edge, that's the problem that is happening right here, is you need to grab the outer glow and make sure it is under the inner glow so that it applies correctly in the right order. So check those out, and yeah, make the funnest time that you possibly could with these jack-o'-lanterns. It is spooky season, so make it as spooky as you like, and I will see you back tomorrow for another set of daily creative challenges. We are here literally every day until the end of the next next 2 weeks. So this week we're doing all Halloween, we're getting spooky, and next week we're moving on to a little more fall festival. So if you are ready for leaves and crunching under your feet, and maybe even some pumpkin harvest, join us next week. We're going to be having a bunch of fun with that. If there's anything that you'd like me to cover in these daily creative challenges, make sure that you put it in chat right now. I'll try to incorporate it into these lessons. They are pre-planned, but I like to mix it up on the go. So you can check in every day and it will tell you what the challenge is that day. And I can't wait for tomorrow. It's going to be a super fun one. And again, we're going to get spooky. So I'll see you tomorrow at the next Daily Creative Challenge for Adobe Illustrator. Bye!